This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, here we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful peeps? What's up? How are you guys doing? Alright, so as we come to the end of 2021, there are a couple of cricketing stories surrounding West Indies team in particular that I want to zoom in on. Right? There are a whole lot of cricketing stories that would have happened through 2021, but we want to focus on West Indies. You know, whether it is our current players, our past players, just some stories that readily come to mind that would have happened through 2021. Now, the first one that I can remember is Sir Curtly Ambrose applying for the elite pace bowling job over there in England. You know, he wasn't successful, but going through the process of him applying and waiting, you know, it was a big thing in the region. A lot of persons, a lot of commentators, cricket commentators came out and they were talking about it. You know, even on this Sports to the Bone show here, we're saying that imagine we are not the best of team right now and we have a brain like his ready to leave. You understand? And you know, he wasn't successful, as I said, but once he returned, he was doing some commentary work until he was appointed as pace bowling coach for the under-19 team. They are actually preparing for the World Cup now, so that was a big thing coming out of 2021. Sir Curtly Ambrose applying over there to the ECB, England Cricket Board, you know, to try and get that elite pace bowling coach position. And it's groundbreaking because, you know, West Indies and England back in the days, especially when Sir Curtly Ambrose was playing, you know, those two teams, they just did not mesh. So it is a good look to see that the game has gone that far where you can have somebody, a legend of West Indies cricket, applying, you know, to applying and trying to get the position of elite pace bowling coach over there where England is concerned. So that was a big story, my viewers and subscribers. Also, another story coming out early in the year. I think it probably would have been about January. Early January, the announcement came that our own West Indies player Jermaine Blackwood, he was actually named in the ICC Test Team of the Year. Albeit a lot of cricket, you know, wasn't played in 2020, but he still stood out. He did some work in 2020. Previously, he was actually dropped from the team, saying that he was not consistent enough. He went back to the regional level, dominated, scored a lot of runs. Yeah, man, he scored a whole ton load of runs. He was brought back in, and you know, he really made use of it. We had those tours of, I think we toured England, Bangladesh, New Zealand in 2020. So you know, his performances stood out, and he was named in that team. As I said, you know, a lot of the teams weren't active, but they had to play, right? The ones that played had to play, and he was able to stand out. So he made that team. So that was a big talking point. Jermaine Blackwood getting in that test team of the year. The next thing that we want to zoom in on, you know, you could call it that spot or that little tangling with our legend Andy Roberts and Jason Holder. Now, Andy Roberts, you know, he's known to be a man that he speaks his mind. He comes out and he say what is on his mind, and he really had a lot to say where Jason Holder is concerned. Yeah, man, he came out and he was saying that at this point, Jason Holder was still the test captain, right? Jason Holder should be taking instructions from the coaches on the field because he is not capable to lead the side. He is not tactically good. He is not tactically aware. So the coaches should be on the sideline telling Jason Holder what to do because he's not able to put together, you know, he's not able to put together a plan out there. More or less, this is what he said, right? And it was a big thing, my viewers and subscribers. Jason Holder also came out and he answered. He was saying that a man like Andy Roberts, he really respect Andy Roberts, but the thing with guys like those is that they come out and they criticize and they tear down, and it was a whole thing, my viewers and subscribers. You know, he said that he only come out and degrade. Very, very rarely you would hear those guys come and say anything positive. That was what Jason Holder was saying. And it was a whole back and forth thing. So you know, it didn't look good to know that a legend of the game was going up against our current captain like that. But that was a big story coming out where Andy Roberts said that boy Jason Holder should be listening to the coaches. You know, he should not be allowed to make any tactical decision on the field. And we know at the elite level that is just that, right? You expect the captain to be able to do all of that out there. All right. So apart from that, we had a couple more stories. But before I go down into them, remember, guys, if you are watching, whatever story it is that you probably remember or stand out for you, you can go ahead and let us know in the comment section, because I probably won't cover everything. You understand? All right. So the next thing, guys, Trinidad and Tobago, what are they called? Red Force. They were able to get the better of Guyana to lift the Super 50 title. So yeah, we had the whole thing: Jamaica, Barbados, Guyana, Windward, and you know, the whole lot. But at the end of that, you know, Trinidad and Tobago, they came out victorious. They had a very good team. They understand. Hetmeyer, he did his best for them. You know, he was doing his thing, but he was just not able to get the better of that Trinidad and Tobago team. So they actually won the Super 50, Trinidad and Tobago, that is. And a next talking point, a next one that will be remembered for years to come, Jason Holder was sacked as test captain in the year 2021. Yeah, man. So Jason Holder was sacked. I mean, there was a whole lot of talking saying that CWI, Cricket West Indies, they used the young man. They gave him the captaincy when he was very young, when the team was falling apart. He actually hold things together, bring back some respect to the name, start to give the team an identity. And then as soon as he was not able to travel, you know, to go over there to Bangladesh, they decided to axe him and to give Craig Brathwaite the captaincy. So that is something that will be remembered. Jason Holder, he dedicated a whole lot of time to West Indies cricket in terms of captaining the team. And I know he would have been compensated where captaining the team is concerned, right? But he came out and he also said that he gave up a lot of opportunities where playing franchise cricket is concerned. So, you know, I don't know if going into the near future, this might be Jason Holder letting us know that here what, he will be taking up his franchise opportunities, especially if big teams come calling. He's still maybe our only player with ODI, T20 and Test contracts, if I'm not mistaken. I think Rastan Chase was the next one, but if I'm not mistaken, Rastan Chase lost one of his the other day, or two. You understand? So Jason Holder, I think, is the only, based on what I can remember now, is the only player that has a contract for all three formats. So yeah, man, that was a big thing in 2021, Jason Holder getting sacked. The next thing that we can look at is Michael Holding stepping down, bowing out of commentary work. You know, 2020 leading into 2021. You know, those were two busy years for the former great pace bowler. You know, he did a lot of work, a lot of cricket. You know, 2021 he spoke a lot about the thing that is still the social issues that are still affecting us from a general point of view, not only in the game of cricket but worldwide. You know, where color is concerned. He spoke about, he gave that statement that he said where he spoke about T20 cricket not really being cricket and he would never commentate on it. You know, so I guess, I don't know if they're going to bring him out of retirement to do any sort of commentary work on T20 cricket, but you know, he was recorded as saying T20 cricket is not really cricket, so you wouldn't really commentate on that. Just paraphrasing, but you get the whole drift, right? Next big story coming out: CWI and their fitness test continues to be an enigma. What they call enigma? We can't figure out something, or something is hard to figure out. So CWI and their fitness thing is still a puzzle that a lot of persons cannot solve. And going into the World Cup, the T20 World Cup, you know, it was brought up again. It was a big issue where they had said that Odin Smith and Rutherford, they failed their fitness test while Gayle and Rampal passed. And, you know, I guess that is something that a lot of persons still need clarity on. If it is a case that they were given, well, you can't say they were given medical exemption, but You know, why is it that they got it? Or, you know, there are certain things that need to clear up in and around the whole fitness thing. And, you know, we are not saying that you shouldn't have your policies, but the thing is that we want the policies to be in such a way where everybody can understand. We are cricket fans, you understand, and when you are asked what are the requirements, what do you need to do, you should not be telling people, but you are not obligated to say. That doesn't make any sense. As much as I know that I am not up there contributing to the cricket, but we are all stakeholders in the sense that we when the game is being played in our background or our backyard, we go out there and we buy the tickets and we support. So we want answers for certain things. You understand? Next story that came out, the batting manual. Yeah, man, the batting manual, the icon. He was once again brought up on corruption charges. You know, he's out of the game now, so I don't know how much that will affect him. And I think they said something like, if you're out of the game for more than a certain time, then it probably won't affect you. You understand? Because it's not like he was playing any cricket or is under the ICC umbrella anymore. Yeah, so the batting manual was brought up and corruption charges one. Alright, another thing that will stand out is a controversial statement that was made recently by Danny Morris. I think he was actually on commentary, or they were interviewing him, and he was asked about players that are overrated, and he named West Indies white ball captain Pollard as being probably one of the most overrated players of his generation, where the shorter format of the game is concerned. A lot of persons didn't take too kindly to that, seeing that he's well up there where runs is concerned in T20 cricket. You know, he hasn't won a lot at the international level with his team. So I don't know if Danny Morrison was really referring to that. I think he was talking about that. But where franchise cricket is concerned, he has performed. He has won for Trinidad and Tobago. I think he won a title for Barbados, for the Barbados Tridents, if I'm not mistaken. He has won a couple of titles with the Mumbai Indians. So a lot of persons, they wanted to tie it with the race thing, saying that is because of that why Danny said it. But I don't know a man, and I don't know what a man is hiding in his heart. But the Danny Morrison that I know, well, I don't know him, but the Danny Morrison that I see commentating and really rapporting with the fans, especially in the Caribbean, I think that he would be able to differentiate between his opinion and what of a cricketer and what his beliefs are based on his race or whatever. So that was a big thing, you know, where Pollard was called one of the most overrated, or one of the most overrated cricketers of his generation. All right, the next thing, big story, Roger Harper getting sacked. Roger Harper and his team recently happened, right? He was sacked as the chief selector. You know, yeah, man, a lot of persons think that some of his policies are the process wasn't transparent. You understand? But he came out and he said that he worked with integrity. His thing was transparent, and he did his best in terms of trying to get West Indies cricket forward. So yeah, big story coming out 2021. Roger Harper was finally well, let us not say sacked. His contract ran out, so Roger Harper was no more. Alright, that's it where Roger Harper is concerned, for now at least. Alright, so another story coming out is to fare well or not to fare well. To fare well or not to fare well. Right after the T20 World Cup, Christopher Henry Gayle announced that he would like to have a farewell game in front of his home crowd here in Jamaica. And according to Johnny Greaves, who is the CEO of West Indies Cricket, they were working towards that. They actually confirmed a series against Ireland where we would play 3 ODIs, I think, and a one-half T20. And that one-half T20, it was touted as the game that Chris Gayle would use to say goodbye to his fans. But just recently, today's what, the last of December, maybe about the 28th or the 29th of December, we got news saying that they are actually looking a different way. They are looking to play the game still, but Gayle is not in that plan, and they are planning to come up with a testimonial. You understand? Based on what I gather, a lot of past players, they are having some issues with it, and they cited especially someone like a Shiv that played so well for us and he was not given one. You understand? Because you wronged, you were actually wrong in the past doesn't mean that you need to continuously be wrong. So say for example, Shiv was not given a farewell game and we consider that to be wrong. It doesn't mean that Gayle should not be given one. But here under what conditions? If he's still able to make the team in an international game, then he should be given one. But if he's not able to make the team, then you give him a testimonial where he's able to play in front of his home fans and say goodbye. But that is just my view, my viewers and subscribers. Because you did not give Shiv, I have an issue with Shiv not getting it, because at the time Shiv was still easily our best batsman, especially in the middle order there. But where Gayle is concerned, we notice that he has been struggling. And in all honesty, as much as our team is not strong, I don't know if he is able to fit in the top 4 of our batting lineup right now. So I am thinking the easiest thing would be to give him a testimonial. But seems as if the farewell will not be granted based on what we are gathering. Right. Next thing, my viewers and subscribers, the retirement of DJ Bravo. A lot of us would have enjoyed watching Bravo over the years. He made his debut early in the probably in the mid 2000s. I don't know, early 2000s if my memory serves me right. Didn't look it up, but off the top of my head, I think it could have been maybe 2003, 4, 5, somewhere thereabout. You guys will tell me in the comment section. But he's definitely a crafty player that we are going to miss, especially where the T20 World Cup is, especially where T20 cricket is concerned. He didn't perform up to par in the last T20 World Cup because we're expecting him to really take up the bowling on his head and bowl some magical spells. But it didn't happen. It wasn't the worst of tournament for him. But I know that even probably Bravo wasn't satisfied with how his last World Cup would have finished. But albeit a great man, a great player for us, we are definitely going to miss him. We still don't know who is going to replace him, because all of those craftiness that he would have developed, those sort of things going to take years to develop and to master for other players. So we're losing a man that would have probably would have been the best slower ball bowler in T20 cricket for a good period of time. So Bravo is definitely going to be missed. You understand? And probably not going to round it off with 2 more stories now. The West Indies, the disgrace of the T20 World Cup, getting bowled out by England for 55. That is something that will definitely stay in our memories. That was a big talking point in 2021 in the World Cup, the latter part, right? So the team not doing well at the World Cup in general, that's something that will stand out for the year 2021, and probably finish off with some positives. The only thing, we started off well by beating Bangladesh. So we'll remember that series. I think it was 2021 that we actually won Bangladesh, right? We went over there with a depleted team and we were able to beat them, courtesy of Kyle Myers and Joshua Da Silva, I think, and a couple more players, Raheem Cornwall, and the other guys that chipped in. So it was, I won't say it was a mix year for us, because that is really the only positive that I can remember. Beating Australia was good also, and I think we won the white ball series against Sri Lanka. But separate and apart from that, we didn't really do much. So those are some of the top stories that I can remember off the top of my head coming out of 2021. You guys will definitely go ahead and remind me of any that I would have missed out, my viewers and subscribers. So we're going to leave it right there for now. Big up on yourself. Zine, I'm out.